You may think you know the story of Barbra Streisand, the iconic Hollywood star, singer, and trailblazing actress, but you won't believe what happened after she died and left behind a fortune so enormous that even her closest family members were moved to tears. I'll tell you precisely how much she left, and how her last wishes are changing lives all across the world. So stay with me through to the very end. Beginning on Broadway in the early 1960s, Barbra's career took off, and she was already well known when she took home her first Academy Award for Funny Girl. However, Barbra quietly established a varied empire, while her peers frequently spent record-breaking earnings on opulent residences and shuttles to private islands. She bought vineyards in Napa Valley, invested early in startup software businesses long before they went public, and poured her money into upscale Malibu real estate with views of the ocean. In the background, Barbra also put together one of the most precious music catalogs ever. Popular songs like The Way We Were and Evergreen still bring in a consistent amount of money via streaming services, movies, and ads. Instead of cashing out and moving on, she used those revenues to buy works of great art, including paintings by Warhol and Picasso, and even to finance independent films made by friends. The fact that Barbra's portfolio was more diversified than a Fortune 500 companies eventually astounded her accountant. In anticipation of a nice bequest, Streisand's family gathered at her Bel Air mansion when she passed away quietly at the age of 82. Rather, the act of reciting her will turned into a show. Advisors disclosed an estimated net worth of $1.30 billion, which was more than any previously reported amount. As pages described trust funds big enough to pay for generations' worth of college educations. Her nieces and nephews stared in astonished silence. However, Barbra's philanthropic directives were where her generosity was most evident. She gave the Streisand Vision and Hearing Foundation, which was founded in memory of her late mother, 40% of her estate. The charity will now fund state-of-the-art research on pediatric hearing loss and macular degeneration as part of its expanded goal. She then donated 30% to the Streisand Scholars Fund, which would give aspiring musicians from underprivileged areas full scholarships. In keeping with her long-standing dedication to environmental problems, 20% is being set aside for a new climate action fund to assist renewable energy businesses. Tears poured abundantly as family members read those stipulations out loud. Barbra always said her greatest performance was giving back, a tearful cousin remarked. Friends remember how she struggled in private to strike a balance between maintaining family togetherness and sharing money. She wrote to poignant letters in her estate documents, one to her children to encourage them to keep supporting the arts, and another to distant relatives to apply for grants through her foundations. The initial grant round has already garnered media attention today. A group of scientists from California obtained a grant to test a novel gene therapy for vision restoration. A young entrepreneur in Detroit was given seed money to create solar-powered generators for low-income communities. And a small music school in New York was given money to construct a performance hall. More than just garnering media attention, Barbra's riches is transforming lives. If you were touched by Barbra Streisand's incredible legacy and generosity, please hit the like button, subscribe to receive updates on the first grant awards from the Streisand Foundations, and ring the bell to ensure you don't miss any of the ways her incredible wealth continues to inspire talent and support cures worldwide. Thank you for viewing.